Ahoy, I'm Jolt and this is the first Nedocontent on this channel. Hooray! Even before the game came out, I was planning to make a video where I'd complete it without any body mods. The game came out, I started the recording and writing the script, and then it fucked me up and laughed at my face by forcing me to use implants as a tutorial mission. Whatever. Not that I really wanted to. My plans are ruined, and the game is a broken mess. But what can I do? You want to live, you need to adapt. And here I am, adapting. So here's the video. You take it or leave it. So, buckle in as we're heading to the world of dark cyber future.
Boosters and bitches 24/7. Joy toys fit for
Я вот думаю, что сила в правде, а не в деньгах. У кого в руках правда, тот и сильней. Вот ты обманул кого-то, денег нажил. И чё, ты сильнее стал?
Слышь, задолбал проповедями.
Не стал. Вот тебе и ответ. Ты обманул, правда от тебя ушла и сделала обманутого сильней.
I wasn't kidding about buckling in, as in dark and far future, transport doesn't give you a second chance. Not only did people forget how to make rear-view mirrors for cars, but you can't even customize them. You're not fond of your precious ride? Well, go buy a new one or get one for free. Quick sports car free of charge, uncontrollable mass of a sports car free of charge. Very cool looking sport car free of charge.
Samurai.
Or Transmobile for free, of course. But why even bother? As if you don't get the best transport right after the prologue. After your chum kicks a bucket. That's how it is. Your friend dies, you get your bike. Try it someday. Bikes are fast, can go almost everywhere, and are capable of holding an entire arsenal inside. And you get 2 of them for free. It's perfect, what can I say? But please, don't let them fool you. They are not just bikes. They are actually drivable cannons. They can, and believe me, will do what they were made for. Shooting some random shit in the sky. Usually, you. Here you go, peacefully riding this thing and nothing bothers you. Then you hit 1 inch of an obstacle and now you've become a missile from Earth to your very own fucking face. If you actually have buckled in, how the fuck it's a fucking bike? Don't think that you're now safe. If your bike fails to throw you out, it will become the projectile itself and will fly somewhere. There's gotta be a secret ending where you just fucking fly into space on a bike and start conquering stars. Besides motorbikes and auto bikes, there's tank, in which you'll happen to drive 2 times at best, and an AV in which you'll happen to sit 2 times at worst. At least in this dark future, people have learned how to make these large metal caskets to go through stuff.
Look to the sky.
Alright, let's be real for a second. The game is not the greatest one. In artistic view and performance it was good enough not to make me a make refund after an hour playing, but in technical matters on the other hand, it's a failure. Mostly it ended up like this because of a bad management of the team and the COVID pandemic, or at least that's how the majority of people think, but that's not really fair in my opinion. The problem with Cyberpunk is not that it's bad, but because it's not what we expected it to be. People were waiting for the mix between GTA and the feature in the setting of the board game, with deep plot and choices, but the result was more of a leftovers that can't be fixed with neither patches nor delays. People got ruined expectations as for the last several years all they could see were some cool fucking trailers and other bullshit. These advertisements or whatever gave the wrong ideas to the fans. Cyber was decent to keep me and I could even force myself to do all the side quests, but no more. It won't get any first places in my tops of favorites, I won't remember it as best out of the best, it's just not true at all. I cannot believe that these 2 games were made by the same people. Oh wait, never mind. I won't be ranting about some stuff that can be fixed by yourself, like off Russian audio. It gives me the same vibes as the Hunt Down the Freeman.
Tetris beatbox.
Won't be touching on the technical mishaps as they'll be fixed sooner or later. Mostly I want to talk about the stuff that disappointed me personally and that cannot be fixed by any means. It's like a few videos in one. The game was advertised with the slogan that you're gonna have lots of choices, that every player will get their own experience from the story, and even quests may differ in separate runs. Pretty ambitious plans to say the least, but CD should manage. Well, they didn't. Usually, your choices, being either dialogues or actions during the gameplay itself, affect only the matter of you getting the next quest in the chain. You may not get some if you fuck up with your actions. That's all the difference. It's tolerable. Of course, generally you want to see as much of content in the single playthrough as you possibly can. Therefore, you will stop caring about the roleplay and will make choices that will give you new side missions. And from that moment on, prepare to swallow all of the pride you have and make quick saves as frequent as possible. The pride you're gonna have to leave, cause in order to get and complete the most side quests, you gotta please everyone and proceed with such caution so you get the rank of the biggest simp in all of the Night City. The person who gave you the mission acts like a douchebag or like a dipshit? Still support him. Crazy fucking cunt who takes part in the operation without your consent just change the plan out of the blue? Well, become an obedient dog and do everything she tells you to do. As the other character in one of the dialogues hinted that she liked her and will be very upset with you if you kill the bitch. In order to end everything well and so everyone would like you, you must never show your guts or give opinions. Be a walking, breathing gun that does all the dirty work and goes with the flow. When it comes to the quick saves, those you gotta make for another reason. Well, first of all, the game has cheaty checkpoints, but that's not the point. It's just that the remaining small part of choices where there's no one to play up to the right answer, by which I mean the one that will give you an extra quest to complete or whatever, is not the most obvious one usually. It'd be easier to explain with an example. So cork up your ears, cause I'm gonna spoil some plot of the prologue. Everybody knows by this point that Jackie is dead after the robbery of Osaka. I did a great job casually spoiling it in the beginning of the video, so whatever. Before we get out from the taxi, AI will ask us where should he take Jackie's body. You have two possibilities. Well, actually three, but option one is to take Jackie to Misty, his girlfriend and Reaper Dog Vic. Jackie spoke a lot about Misty and even asked to borrow your ride in the very beginning of the game so he could drive her on a date.
But I can't take the mint.
Won't leave you hanging, Jack. But don't get used to it.
Saving my ass, V. Thank you.
That's literally one of the first things we learn about the character in the game. Then there's Reaper Dog Vic. Of course we can't save Jack anyway, but it's better than nothing, right? As an alternative we can send him to his family. About them, Jackie might have told something a few times I think, and I figured that he doesn't spend much time with them, so it seemed obvious the first option is more logical. That being said, if you actually send Jackie to Misty, his body will be fucking snatched by Osaka, as a revenge for the biochip it seems, so we won't see him anymore. On the other hand, if we send him to his family, about which we don't know shit, we'll get a dramatic story about his funeral. Cool. May seem that I'm just whining about something that has happened because of my mistake, but if we don't get this quest, we'll get to understand how important family was for him only near the end when the game suddenly remembers that this character actually exists. The only fine choice you actually have is either you'll roleplay V as a normal human being or as a weakling who can't disagree with shit because he wants to be liked by others. You know with what I disagree though? With the complete absence of the feature of enemy level scaling. What a cheeky segue. It. Welp, yeah, this option from The Witcher 3 didn't transfer into the Cyberpunk future. What a shame. As trust me, there's nothing as effortless in Cyberpunk as getting levels. After a dozen of quests, the game renders extremely easy, even on hardest difficulties, especially if you have upgraded your crafting skills. After acquiring two powerful iconic weapons, you become a one-man army that fucks everyone over just by looking at them, hence, the fights become awfully boring. This weapon, as an example, has one of the biggest base damages per second and per shot of all, and you learn how to craft it by just killing some thugs, that's all. Do you say mini-boss? Not anymore. By the way, the fuck even is this craft in Cyberpunk? I understand when Geralt of Rivia can make some potions and other assorted weaponsmiths. He was raised to demolish monsters. Making equipment from some junk nearby is his basic survival skill. But why fucking Viken does the same? I understand that he has like high skill and knowledge of tech if you want it this way, but he makes a fucking pistol that shoots small rocket projectiles from literal trash around him. The fuck? Let's talk about Silverhand. He's disappointing, really. When I first learned that in the protagonist's head they'll be sitting a biochip with Johnny's mind which will slowly scoop out V's brain and nervous system replacing them, I thought to myself, holy shit, that's gonna be sick as fuck. Just the sole idea of someone living in your head without your approval is scary enough. But it's not just someone, it's Johnny Silverhand, the terrorist who just to prove his point has blown up half of the city with a nuclear bomb and is planning on doing it again. The very first thing he does is trying to kill the protagonist. Then in the course of the story he throws away at you some phrases like,
"If I gotta kill, I'll kill. If I need your body, I'll fucking take it."
and you slowly start to realize how the game expects you to feel about this exact personage. Mad and hostile bastard that doesn't harm you in any way because he's not interested in it yet. The juncture of time when your and his interests will clash, he'll kick you out of your own body and will start his own vendetta. But that's not how it is. At some point, near the middle of the game, he transforms into a friendly uncle who tells you cool stories about old times and promises that he'll do his best to save you from death. Your emotions because of a sudden change are crystal clear. It's doubt. If he doesn't lie, the plot doesn't make any sense. If V acts like an adequate human being and always tells the voices in the head to fuck off, then why the hell would Johnny want to save him anyway? Not that he's got much to lose, but he'll continue to try. One of the arguments for this scenario is that it's all caused of the mixing of personalities, that Johnny got his naivety and kindness from V, but my V was a dickhead who didn't give a fuck about what Johnny thinks. Where could kindness and respect come from? My V was a principled and stubborn idiot who didn't care about Arasaka. Why didn't Johnny get his indifference about corporates on him? Or maybe Johnny always had this hospitality in him? Then why would he always ramble that he has changed near the end? You'll say that it's my fault and problems that I'm nitpicking only because of my decisions, and I'll agree. That may be true. But Johnny still really disappoints. You're waiting for him to be a traitor or to backstab you, but nothing. We've talked about Johnny, now it's time for the endings. What's going next are minor spoilers, and this time about the end of the game. I'll spoil an entire ending, so you can close the video if you haven't played it yet and don't want to spoil everything. First of all, I hate those games where near the end everyone comes in a circle around you and lets you choose the ending. All the mood is being fully ruined. All the quests you made throughout the game are literally laid in front of you and tell you, yeah, this quest opened you this ending and that one different one. Bullshit. The ending shouldn't be a choice of the player themselves, but a consequence of their various acts and choices. We don't choose how things will end up in the real world. Well, it wasn't so bad here, at least there's some atmosphere. How can I explain this? Games must make you feel like you're a small grain of sand in the large desert and you have almost no control over stuff. Then the atmosphere of victories against enemies and making tough choices appear as way more satisfying and better. Otherwise, when you get all the endings served on a silver fucking plate in front of you, the feeling that the world revolves around you is unavoidable. And that's a bad feeling for games. Well, whatever. I have other issues with endings. They are that regardless of what ending you choose, everything ends up almost the same. You either give the body to John or keep it to yourself, therefore making the dumbest choice. Won't tell you why though, as it's only like good plot twist that I don't want to spoil to you, but the thing is that whatever you do, who you help, it all ends up the fucking same. But, among other things, there's one ending that gives you a completely unique result, which is why I adore it so much.
I know. Exactly why we'll do one last thing.
Okay. Lost me. Realize the shit we've been through to get this far.
Sure do.
To let it all go now. Why?
Cleanest, least bloody option. We try anything else, people will die.
People die. It's the way of things.
Am I worth their sacrifice? Are you? Besides, it's the only way we'll both be aware.
Of what? Death?
The moment life escapes.
Never really gave it a thought. Funny how you still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Might be something I learned from you.
V, you sure about this?
As long as you got nothing against it.
Not how I'd have done it. But that's all right.
Just like that. No pushback.
Huh. Might have learned a little something from you too. Is it time?
You know, it really is beautiful.
Been nice working with you, V.
Yeah. With you too, Johnny.
No, there's no fucking point. I mean, he...
Do it. You'll see. It'll help.
Sophie, how's the real afterlife looking? It is nice as they say. 'Cause down here, it's still shit. Hell, might even be worse than before. Just wish I had done more. So things might have come out different.
Positive energy, Victor.
Gonna miss you, kid.
Hey, V. I was thinking about you the other day, and I thought I'd just... what? Give you a call. I know it's pointless, but once upon a time, people were talking to graves and nobody batted an eyelid, right? When I said I was thinking about you, I meant a lot. About everything you did. And I guess I get it. Why you wanted to leave this place once and for all. But still, V. Did you even think about, what happens when... Shit, I can't do this. Hey, V. Just wanted to tell you, I really hope there is an afterlife. Want to know why? Because that means one day we'll see each other again. And I'm gonna make you wish you never met me. What were you thinking, huh? Or did you think about nothing at all? Is that it? And after everything I did for you, everything! And what's the first thing you go do, huh? off yourself, that's what. If there is a hell, I hope you're in it. Rotting, burning, all of it. Bye.
Suicidal? Well, guess it wasn't that far-fetched. At least, that's how half the people in Night City end up anyway. Especially the good ones. Jamie Sheen, my first partner back on the force, blew his brains out. Didn't leave a note or anything. I knew it was because of how the top brass were handling things. Of course, not like it changed much. Except the fact we were down one more decent batch. Anyway, hope you're in a better place, V.
Hey, V. Don't think you'll ever listen to this message, but there are more things in heaven and earth than are dreamt of in my philosophy, right? I mean, in the end, it was your choice. Your choice to make. But, well, you should know it didn't just affect you. It hit your friends, too. I don't think you knew just how many friends you really had. Maybe we'll see each other again, V. You, me, Jackie.